He's got to hit his spots. One thing that stuck out to me, though, the last time Kyle Hart was out there, fastballs in to both lefties and righties. So for Kyle this season, enters his 9th game.
One of my favorite episodes of the X-Files is called Jose Chung from Outer Space, and it deals with multiple narratives and confusion. Because it's based off the Mothman prophecies, and the Mothman prophecy is about this reporter who, he went to town, to this town, and they were seeing this Mothman, and he was interviewing a bunch of people, and they all have different stories, stories like Men in Black, seeing a Mothman that literally looked kind of like a moth. And then, they were telling about this person, this Mothman that would foretell the future. It was like a bad omen that something bad was going to happen. But Jose Chung from Outer Space does the same thing. It messes with narratives. And it tells it from different people's perspective. And it has a story to it. Like the basic story is that these two kids get kidnapped by these aliens, right? But then another alien comes and kidnaps the alien that was going to kidnap them. And, it was revealed that it was the government that that were acting like aliens, right? And then they get kidnapped by a real alien. And the story is kind of very confusing because the Mothman prophecy story is very confusing. There's like Men in Black and all kinds of other things. But one of the interesting references that I found in that story is that one of the Men in Black, played by Jesse Ventura, talks about the planet Venus. And if you know anything about mythology, then you know the planet Venus has to do with Lucifer, which is the morning star, which is that's the Roman name for that. I just found that interesting. I'm making the connection there. But he tells one of the characters, what you saw last night was the planet Venus, not a UFO. He tells one of these characters, that he's saying from his perspective that he saw a UFO, right? And he's reporting that he saw UFOs. And there's a bunch of different characters. Like one of my favorite characters is one of these characters who doesn't want to get a job, right? And he says the last thing I want to do is have to get a job, right? Because it kind of sucks, to be working and stuff like that. But that's kind of interesting because I know that's a meme. But I'll show the clip later. It's a really funny episode. And there's a lot of funny moments within that episode. And I'll start posting them. It's a really comedic take on real life events that happened with the Mothman prophecies. Look that up too. That's really interesting. It could be fake, but I don't think it is. I think it's real, and it really did happen because it's based off of a real tragic event. There was a bridge that collapsed. I can't really remember because there's a movie with Richard Gere, and he talks about it, and it's kind of like an exaggeration, not an exaggeration, but Hollywood likes to, make movies out of real events, but add characters. Richard Gere's character is not a real character, and it's not it doesn't. It's not like the book at all. Jose Chung from Outer Space is more like the book. Anyways, it's interesting. Those are some interesting movies and books that you should read. Mothman Prophecies, that's an interesting book. Jose Chung from Outer Space, that's an interesting episode from the X-Files. You should watch it. It's really good.